Hello, and welcome to Oscar Micro Radio. I'm your host, Travis Partington, and I'm coming at you. Today is January 7th, 2021, and it's number 221, and the first show of the year. I hope your holidays and New Year's was as good as it possibly could be. And thank you so much for checking me out tonight. Really appreciate it. I just wanted to take this time to talk about things that I think are going on and need to go on in 2021 for veterans and our military. I'll start with the military first. Transitioning out of the military in this year is going to present challenges that I don't think we've ever faced. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel with a person having to either be vaccinated or be healthy, transitioning out of the military, finding a job, relocating is going to be at best difficult. Not impossible, but difficult. With the economy being the way it is, and with things being, challenging for businesses to onboard new employees, certain industries are going to be more impacted than others. And I'm not saying that it will, but it could lead to challenges for, someone getting out of the service, regardless of rank or how long you've been in, finding a job, moving to the place where the job is, and then starting work. Maybe I'm wrong, but if businesses are trying to survive and hold on to the employees that they do have, stands the reason that, if they're not hiring, there's going to be some additional hills to climb. So I think this is where, if you're transitioning out, or if you know, for instance, today that you're separating in 6 months, 9 months, a year even, this is a time to really try to pick something and begin networking in the area and building those relationships now. And, maybe you're one of those who, you have a career path set after you transition. Great. But if you're not really sure what to do, this is the time to really focus on building those person-to-person relationships. Whether it's calling somebody up, introducing yourself, getting on a Zoom call, joining a Facebook group, letting people know who you are, looking up chances for internships, anything to make progress in the path you're trying to go. If you live in a state that has a veteran service officer in your county, in your town, get to know them now. Even though your separation might be a ways away, it's going to be here before you know it. And you can try to, adjust fire and cover down now on certain things than, getting your, separation papers and be like, oh my God, I gotta figure out how to, put food on the table. So if you have downtime during your separation, take your transition assistance program classes seriously. Ask family and friends for advice if they work in your field. And you're going to have to put yourself out there. It's going to be a challenging time. Not impossible, because I've seen people be successful, but everything they have told me is they started much earlier and treated this almost like a second or part-time job. That's how seriously they had to take it to be able to get to separation day and transition effectively, especially when there's a spouse and dependents involved. Again, not impossible, but depending upon your MOS, depending upon what you have in terms of any kind of professional education or training, you're going to need every advantage to stand out. Especially now, you're competing with people who can work from home, and they've been doing it now for a while, and they've gotten pretty good at it. You're competing against people who, are COVID free. They know the protocol, and they've been working in this environment, and they understand what's needed, and they're already shifting to meet their customers where they are. So it's going to require some flexibility, and it's going to require some effort put on, and I keep saying this to people, building those interpersonal relationships with people who may be able to help you out, give you a reference, or keep you in mind if something comes up. I think the economy will rebound at some point. I don't think this is a permanent thing. I think, yes, for a lot of us, life has changed, but you can do this. And there's tons of resources available to help you, and I want to see you all succeed in this time. For veterans like myself, a lot of us are just trying to keep our heads above water, whether it's maintaining health. I'm trying to get healthier. I'm pretty healthy, but there's always room for improvement. I'm trying to work in that area. Our mental health, regardless of what you think, we're not meant to be closed off from each other in this way for an extended period of time. So something's got to give. And this is a good time if you have, buddies or pals that you haven't seen in a long time, haven't talked to in a long time. There's a little football on right now. Might be a good time to get out the old Rolodex and, hit some of your buddies up and say hello to them and check in on them. Whether you think they need it or not, do it anyway, because you never know. You never know what battles someone is fighting, and you want to make sure that they're okay. And they might completely BS you and tell you that, yeah, everything's fine. But the fact that somebody reached out to them and asked them, hey man, how the F are you? May be enough to give them a boost to get through the day. There are a lot of stressors going on right now. Jobs, housing, food, all that stuff has been magnified with this, impending doom of COVID-19. Not being able to socialize with people, not being able to connect with people like you used to. So even though I don't drink, it might be something as simple as, opening your garage, putting a couple folding chairs up and having, a couple brews and a cigar. And if you're a veteran-owned business right now, I've met and talked with a lot of you in 2020. Cheers to you. I mean, you're doing something that a lot of people aren't doing right now, which is trying to launch businesses and deliver products to people, deliver brand new products to people. And and if you're in your grind, in your trench, in your fight, trying to get your business going and take care of your employees and deliver a high quality product to your customers, cheers, hats off to you. That's savage. I have these veterans tell me these stories of the challenges they're facing trying to either A, keep their existing business they've worked so hard to build, especially if you're in the restaurant or hospitality industry, trying to keep those businesses going. It's just amazing the amount of resiliency, determination, and persistence you have to have on a good day, much less when you're being told to shut down and reduce, customers coming into your business. And if you're a restaurant, the thing I keep telling people, if you're a restaurant, there's so many businesses that support that restaurant that it is a trickle down effect. And I don't think personally $600 is going to mean that much in the long term. And I think it's time for us veterans to come together. Not that we aren't, but if you have a chance or choice to purchase a good or services, this is a time where you can support a veteran-owned business, somebody who served just like you did, and help them out. And if you had a good product experience, you can share that and help them out. As James, as VP said, we are stronger together, and we're going to need that strength. Hopefully this vaccine takes place and we can start, getting back to a normal cadence in life. But until that time happens, we have got to stick together. I don't know what you think, but I really don't think that our leadership really has our best interest in mind long term or short term. But I'm not getting into politics. This is not a political thing, even though it's become politicized. I'm just saying, there are men and women desperately trying to keep their family business, their company going. And it seems like, if you're a small business in the hospitality or restaurant or travel industry, I mean, you're being, thrown an anchor when you're trying to tread water. It's crazy. So I think we as veterans need to band together and support those who are in business. Hey, if you can support a local business versus going to Amazon, let's do it. Let's do it. And let's support each other. Look, it takes 2 seconds to sit there and share a Facebook post or an Instagram post of one of your veteran brothers and sisters who has a business or service offering. That's the least we can do. It's free, it's easy, and it helps. Speaking of which, you notice I'm wearing this Rough Men Stand Ready shirt. This is an awesome shirt by my good friends John and Stacy Curry from Semper Savage. And they started a salad dressing company in 2019 actually. Been in business for a little over a year, and this is one of their shirts from Authentically American. And I am proud to support what they're doing. I love their dressing, and yes, it's a couple bucks more than the grocery store, but it tastes great. I'm proud to wear this shirt. I love the message behind it, and this is one of those sweat activated ones. I'll show what it does here later. Probably another show. I'm gonna wear this again. And sometimes you gotta be rough. You gotta be tough. You gotta stand ready for the fight. And that's what's needed right now. And people, it can be daunting. It can be daunting as a civilian or veteran to be dealing with this, and yes, it's 2021. Yes, this was my first show, but I just wanted to, instead of doing like a big rah-rah thing, say, hey, this is going to be hard. I understand how hard it is because I'm doing, some of my own things. It's going to require real esprit de corps, real brother and sisterhood, real teamwork to survive. And all I'm saying is, whether you're active duty, veteran, or transitioning, this is the time to make sure, if you can, that you support those who have served along with you. Because you could make the argument, and I wonder sometimes, just from things I've seen, that we're it. If we don't look out for each other, no one else is going to. I hate to say that, but in a lot of ways, that's the truth. A lot of ways, that's the truth. So as I end this, I want your 2021 to be positive. And look, I understand that this is a big pile of dew coming out of the back end of the truck right now. I understand that it's piled high. There's something negative. There's something that's not good on the news every day. But I want you to find one thing a day that you can grasp onto, that you know empowers you, and go with that. I want you to find a way to lift somebody up rather than put them down. I want you to understand what support is and why that's important to us. And I'm pleased to be doing this. We're going into year number 5, 6 more months, and we'll be 5 years old. And I just am happy to do this. There's some good stuff coming this month. January is being a crazy month already, and we're only getting started. So again, for you people in the military, getting out, start now with your transition process. Treat it like a second job. Work every networking angle. Build those relationships, and understand you're going to have to be flexible, persistent, and determined to have success. No one's going to hand it to you. There's people that will help you, but you're going to have to go out there and get it yourself. And for veterans, we have got to support each other and our military. It's 2021, January 7th. We're mission flight. And again, I love this Rough Men Stand Ready shirt by Semper Savage. Thank you, John and Stacy. I'm proud to wear this. And I'll see you soon.